But we talk about it.
But that's all we have to do is talk about it. Have you noticed when you talk about something, whether you do it or not, you've gotten it out, and then you don't actually have to spend the money to do it? And if I said something to you like, wouldn't it be wonderful to spend a week with you in Montana?
In Montana?
Yes, in Montana.
Why do you want to go to Montana?
I don't, but I'm just thinking that it would be. And then, you know, you say, oh, Montana, that is so romantic.
It is?
Yeah.
Montana's
and
romantic?
It's the big sky country, you know. And then it goes away and you can forget about it and you never have to think of doing Montana again. But if you never say, wouldn't it be nice if we did such and such, you build up all of this, wouldn't it be nice, and you gain weight as a result.
We don't want to gain weight.
Well, that's why you need to get the feelings out and express them.
Huh.
And when people express their feelings, then they won't put on weight.
Well, you have a point.
For instance, I might say, wouldn't it be wonderful to go to a Red Sox weekend when they play the Yankees? And then I think about how much the tickets would cost. I think about parking, perhaps staying
Who are
in a
you saying
hotel.
this to? Me?
You.
No.
Yeah,
I have no interest in
You
going
don't
to a
even
Red
want to go.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not a good person to say that.
So I'd have your seat next to me, and I could put the cups and the burgers on it while I'm sitting there eating.
The $15 burgers and the
$15 burgers.
$5,
So
$10 whatever beers.
$10 beers, yeah. And so that's how I deal with future shock, by expressing desire. For instance, yesterday I was talking with our friend Eva, and I said, wouldn't it be wonderful to go to Hungary, go to Budapest? And she and I were talking about Budapest. And I woke up this morning without the slightest desire to go to Budapest. But at the time, it felt like it was just a wonderful idea to do.
Oh, my.
You know, I don't know what the styles of Budapest are. They are perhaps a bit 19th century, but
No, Budapest is a very modern city.
Is it?
And they have excellent medical care there.
I know they do, and they have goulash. They
Hungarian
have all
goulash.
different kinds of goulash with things
Well, it's
like,
all Hungarian if it's made in Budapest.
well, yes, but it's different kinds. It's a fish goulash, a meat goulash, a paprika
Goulash means stew.
Yes, I know that.
So any kind of stew in Hungary has got to be a goulash, I
Right,
guess.
but it's the goulash capital of the world.
Yeah?
And if you want to try goulash, we should go to Budapest.
Well, I can make very good stew at home.
I know, but that's not the point.
It isn't?
No. We need a reason to go
I
to
can
Budapest.
call it goulash if you want.
There's also, there's also, that's good. There's the Budapest String Quartet, but I don't know if they've broken up or not, if they're still stringing. I think they have Chinese musicians now. It's less expensive, so they can outsource the orchestra. But it was a place, I thought for a long, long time I wanted to go to Australia.
That's a
to
very
visit
long
down
road.
under. But then I'd want to bring back a koala bear, and we'd have all kinds of troubles if we wanted to have a pet koala.
Yes, we would have to grow the bamboo that it
Yes.
likes to eat.
Yes, we would have to have a little
and that
bamboo
might be a
garden.
bit tricky because we don't get a lot of sun in our apartment.
But it would be wonderful to have a pet koala. You know, the great-grandchildren
I
would
hear
love
they're
it.
not really as cuddly as they appear.
Oh, they're very cuddly. You just have to give them the right mix. And then I thought about going back to India, you know, and how wonderful it might be to go back to India. All those shots again, you know, and not touching any of the wonderful scented food on the streets, and only eating in
There are other
five-star
places I'd
restaurants.
rather go before going back to India.
Okay, but I mean, all of this, wouldn't it be nice if takes the place of a January intimate, quiet time at home? But by expressing where we want to go and getting it out, getting it
So
off
your
our
idea
chest.
would be to travel during January?
In part, yeah.
That might be a good idea. But if you went someplace where it was winter, it wouldn't be any fun.
I wouldn't go someplace where it was winter.
So you have to go someplace.
Why would I leave a wonderful Massachusetts winter? I mean, we have the best wind, we have the best hail, we have the best snow, we have the best miserable road conditions. What could be better? I mean, if I want winter, I've got the classic king of winter right here.
No, there are worse places. Many worse. It is.
Saskatchewan or Alaska.
I mean, yeah, really, and even Michigan and
Michigan, yes.
and Montana, where you want so desperately to go to see the big sky.
Yes. Well, the people are wonderful. I mean, Mike Mansfield, Senator Mike Mansfield, was from Connecticut, not Connecticut.
Wyoming.
No, he was from Montana.
Montana?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was good. He was one of the good guys.
Okay.
You know.
Good guys.
And so, anyway, I just think if people express their feelings and get them out, then they won't
Get fat.
They won't need to contain them. They'll stay trim, and they'll have a happier marriage.
Well, there are other ways to not get fat. One of them is not to eat too much. Another one is not to take snacks at night when one is watching television or football games, as the case may be.
Yeah, there's all
And
that.
there's also portion control, which is one of the most important but least desirable.
Avoiding TV commercials for fast food restaurants is a big help.
Yeah, well, they may appeal to you, but they don't appeal to me.
Oh, I salivate.
I know. Well, you like all that gooey stuff.
Yes, I do.
I don't.
Always have.
But I like things that are also fattening.
Closest way to a
Chocolate.
man's heart is through melted cheese.
And ice cream.
And ice cream, yeah. Ice cream and cheese.
And we have that delicious ice cream right down the street, which
And
is so tempting.
cholesterol. Oh, cholesterol, you know. No one wants it, but everyone sort of has it. It's sort of the way of the world. And inherited cholesterol, that's where it gets tricky.
I know.
You don't even have a chance, you know. Did your folks leave
Exercise.
you anything? Yeah, they
One
left
of the
me
ways
that
to reduce cholesterol is exercise,
Exercise.
and losing weight.
Yes,
Yeah, both of those are very good for losing cholesterol.
but we have to be very careful where we walk to avoid poison ivy and ticks and all of those wonderful.
But we can still walk on the road.
all of those
That's perfectly
wonderful,
permissible.
lusty
No ticks there.
aspects of May.
They'd get run over quickly.
If you agree with any of this and you'd like to hear more, we'd be happy to chat with you even on the phone. If you don't want to have us over, you could come to our place and bring sandwiches. You know, I always,
As long as there's no tomatoes or
yes, and it's not made with milk, you know,
Well,
milk-based.
sandwiches aren't made with milk, dear, but they do have cheese in them.
Well, cheese is okay.
Cheese is okay.
Cheese is okay,
The
yeah.
lactose in cheese is
It's minimal.
okay.
Yeah, it's minimal. Some cheese is synthetic. It's made from plastic. And,
We don't eat that kind of cheese.
we try not to.
Well, we would prefer not to.
So I think we've established one thing today, and that's to get it out.
Get it out in the
Get
lusty
it
month
out.
of May and
In the
every other
lusty
month
month
too.
of May, yes.
But
Get it out.
you know,
Express
think
your
about
feelings.
The word.
I'll bet Arnold and Maria never talked about their feelings.
I'm sure they didn't.
I'll bet she didn't look at him and say, you know, Arnie, sometimes you could be a real pig. That might have saved their marriage.
It might have. It might have, but he might have also like thrown his cigars at her or something.
No, I doubt he would. He adores
Imagine
it.
living with somebody who smokes cigars all the time.
Well,
Ew.
well,
that would kill it for me right there.
Really?
Yes.
You'd leave me if I had a cigar?
I'd hide them and take them away. I wouldn't let
You
you smoke
would?
them.
Really?
I mean, I wouldn't want to leave you. I truly wouldn't want to leave you.
Gosh.
You know that I would never, never want to leave you.
But
But if you started smoking cigars, I would have some issues.
you'd have issues. How about a pipe?
Serious issues.
Nice
Pipe isn't so bad.
Distinguished Sherlock Holmes
Pipe
type
isn't so
pipe.
bad. Pipe
Loaded
isn't
with
so bad.
an opiated type of tobacco from the Orient.
Yeah.
Yes. And you sort of sit like this after a while and sway.
Pipe's not bad.
Pipe's not bad.
No, but cigars are, ugh, they're very greasy smelling.
Do you know that
Even the nice ones.
Amy Lowell smoked a cigar?
Uh-huh.
This is my useless cigar trivia coming out now. You said the secret word. And Gertrude Stein smoked cigars.
Yeah.
So large, corpulent, early 20th century women seemed drawn to cigars.
I
No.
can't quite understand why anyone would be drawn to a cigar. Ooh.
Well, the advertising is fantastic. I must say, the advertising for 19th century tobacco
Yeah.
is better than the advertising for 20th century tobacco.
Makes you lust for them, huh?
Well, they had the best unknown artists, and I say unknown because if you designed ads in the 1880s, you never got a byline. No one knows who did it.
True.
And then
Well, those things weren't important back then.
Well, the money was, and John Sloan and Winslow Homer and
I mean, it was important to get paid, but not
Mr.
to get
Whistler.
not so much to get. Maybe they didn't want people to know they were doing advertisements.
well, that's
Can that be? No, 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 no. Maybe they thought it would detract from their reputation as an artist if people knew that they were moonlighting to create ads for
tobacco.
anything.
But now,
But that would be,
if you find an advertising trade card and you can prove that, say, John Sloan
But how are you going to prove that?
did it, well, you just have to find information in a biography. It's not easy. I've been trying. It's very difficult to try to come up with that kind of information. But it's May, and the last of the Spencer novels will be mine soon to read. I'm number 8 on a list of 72 people in the library.
Number 8 now.
Number 8.
Oh,
I
good.
was number 28, and I've dropped down to 8. So I would think by Memorial Day I'll have it. And
Soon.
I can sit around the apartment on
You know, the
Memorial
thing
Day
that
weekend reading Parker.
And that's wonderful, and it'll take you like 24 hours to read it, and then it's gone.
And that's
You
it.
always zip right through them.
He's an
But
easy
you know,
reader.
that's the thing. What's precious is often what is scarce or most especially brief in passage. And the lusty month of May goes awfully quickly. And then it's summer, and it's not nearly as enticing because everything kind of turns the same color green, and it gets hot, and summer
Muggy.
has its virtues,
Muggy,
but I
muggy.
prefer spring myself,
Droughts,
spring and fall.
You know.
And the mosquitoes start arriving on the scene and all that kind of good stuff. But I do love May, and I do love you.
Well, thank you.
And maybe we should go romantically walking. Well, we can't walk in the woods, can we, because of the ticks? Well, somebody's garden. I know. Invite us to walk in your garden.
Yes,
That would be really nice.
That would be nice.
While
And
it's all blooming and pretty.
if you do that, we will capture the ants in our apartment and we'll bring them to your garden.
Why would we do that?
Well, then they'd have a garden to fool around in, you know, instead of the little ant motels that, you know.
We're trying to get rid of the ants.
Well, we
and-
don't have many this year. I think it's single digits.
Right,
Last year
so
was.
far.
Last year they
Yeah, well, we
they
got
were
the ant
waiting
cups
for
out.
us.
We
Yeah.
got the.
They were
I
waiting
feel so
for
sad
us
about that.
last year.
I don't like killing the ants. It
I
makes
don't
me
mind.
sad.
I mean, it's not. You're not killing them. They're reincarnating into another creature. You know, and you have an ant life in
Oh.
order to learn humility, and it's very Buddhist.
It is.
It's very Buddhist.
Yes,
Is
yes.
our time up?
Yes.
It
I
is.
want to kiss
oh,
you.
phooey. I want to go another half an hour and talk about what we'll do at your house when you have us over.
Oh, Steven.
Oh,
Maybe people will get tired of your saying so.
then someone will pick up the phone. And are we still on?
I think we're just winding down.
We're winding down?
So we will say goodbye for now, and I hope you'll come and watch us again.
Yes. And
Whether or not you invite us for dinner
or lunch
or breakfast.
or brunch.